Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's often whispered about but rarely explored in depth: population growth. It's about understanding the intricate web of factors that lead to rapid population growth and the innovative solutions being implemented to create a sustainable future. And where better to start our exploration than with 5 countries experiencing this phenomenon in unique and complex ways. These nations are grappling with booming populations and teaching us valuable lessons along the way. Let's kick things off in India, a nation renowned for its rich history, vibrant culture, and rapidly growing population. India is projected to surpass China as the world's most populous country, putting a strain on resources and infrastructure. More people means a greater demand for food, water, housing, healthcare, and education. One of the main drivers of India's population growth is a decrease in mortality rates, particularly among infants and children. Thanks to advancements in healthcare and sanitation, more children are surviving to adulthood and having families of their own. However, this positive development also presents challenges. A larger population means a greater need for jobs, and with limited employment opportunities, unemployment and poverty become significant concerns. Urban areas are particularly strained, leading to overcrowding, pollution, and inadequate public services. Rural areas face issues of poverty and limited access to basic amenities. But India isn't just sitting back and letting these challenges overwhelm them. The government has implemented various family planning programs to educate people about contraception and encourage smaller families. They've also invested heavily in education, particularly for girls. This is crucial because when girls receive an education, they're more likely to delay marriage and childbirth, leading to smaller families and a more controlled population growth rate. Additionally, there are efforts to develop infrastructure and create job opportunities to manage the growing population. While the challenges are real, India's proactive approach offers a glimmer of hope for other countries facing similar population pressures. Now let's shift our focus to Nigeria, often referred to as the Giant of Africa. Nigeria is projected to become the 3rd largest globally by 2050. This rapid growth presents both opportunities and challenges. Nigeria's high population growth is attributed to high fertility rates, early marriages, and improvements in child survival rates. A young population can drive economic growth, but challenges like poverty and unemployment must be addressed. The booming population exacerbates challenges such as unemployment, poverty, and inadequate healthcare and education systems. Urbanization is rapid, leading to overcrowded cities and slums. The strain on natural resources, including water and arable land, is also significant. The Nigerian government is working on improving family planning services and promoting education for girls. Efforts are being made to diversify the economy, create jobs, and invest in infrastructure development. International aid and partnerships play a crucial role in addressing these challenges. A healthy, educated population is key to sustainable development. Pakistan, an environmental reckoning. Our next stop takes us to Pakistan, a country facing a different set of challenges stemming from its rapidly expanding population. While we've talked about the strain on resources and infrastructure, Pakistan's story highlights the environmental consequences of overpopulation. Pakistan's population growth is driven by high fertility rates and a cultural preference for large families. Improvements in healthcare have reduced infant mortality rates, contributing to population growth. Imagine a beautiful garden that's being loved a little too much. Too many footsteps compact the soil, too many hands pluck the flowers, and the once thriving ecosystem begins to wither. The country is already facing the impacts of climate change, with more frequent droughts, floods, and extreme weather events. Add a booming population to the mix, and the pressure on the environment intensifies. Deforestation, pollution, and water scarcity are just some of the environmental challenges exacerbated by Pakistan's population growth. But amidst these challenges, there's a glimmer of hope. Pakistan is taking steps to mitigate the environmental impact of its growing population. They're investing in renewable energy sources like solar and wind power to reduce their reliance on fossil fuels and combat climate change. The government is also implementing afforestation programs, planting trees to restore degraded land and combat deforestation. It's about finding a way to love the garden without trampling the flowers. Pakistan has launched family planning programs to control the birth rate. Promoting education, particularly for women, and improving access to reproductive health services are key strategies. Economic development initiatives aim to create employment opportunities and improve living standards. Indonesia, a nation bursting at the seams. Our journey now takes us to Indonesia, the world's largest island country, where over 270 million people call a string of islands home. While Indonesia boasts breathtaking natural beauty and a rich cultural heritage, it's also grappling with the challenges of a booming population. Imagine living on an island where resources are limited and the population keeps growing. The country's healthcare and education systems, in particular, are feeling the strain. Indonesia's population growth is largely driven by a combination of factors, including a decline in mortality rates, improvements in healthcare, and cultural norms that favor larger families. However, Indonesia is rising to the challenge, implementing reforms to strengthen its healthcare and education systems. They're building new hospitals, training more doctors and nurses, and expanding access to affordable healthcare, particularly in rural areas. In the education sector, Indonesia is investing in teacher training, improving curriculum, and expanding access to education for all children, regardless of their background or location. It's about recognizing that a healthy and educated population is essential for the country's future. Indonesia's proactive measures are paving the way for a more sustainable future. Brazil, a tale of two cities. Our final stop takes us to Brazil, a nation synonymous with carnival, soccer, and the Amazon rainforest. But beneath the surface of this vibrant country lies a complex reality shaped by rapid urbanization and a burgeoning population. Imagine a bustling city, its skyline dotted with skyscrapers, its streets teeming with life. Now imagine that city struggling to accommodate its rapidly growing population. As more people move from rural areas to urban centers in search of better opportunities, the pressure on housing, transportation, and infrastructure intensifies. Brazil's population growth, while not as explosive as some of the other countries we've discussed, is still significant and presents unique challenges. The country is grappling with a growing disparity between the rich and the poor, with slums sprawling alongside affluent neighborhoods. However, Brazil is not one to shy away from tackling these issues. The government is implementing policies to address the housing crisis, investing in affordable housing projects, and upgrading slums to improve living conditions. It's about creating a more equitable and sustainable urban environment for all Brazilians, regardless of their socioeconomic status. That's it for our whirlwind tour of 5 countries grappling with the challenges and opportunities of booming populations. From India's focus on education and family planning to Nigeria's efforts to improve healthcare and infrastructure, each country offers valuable lessons for managing population growth. We've seen how overpopulation can strain resources, exacerbate environmental problems, and create social and economic disparities. It's a global issue that requires collective effort, understanding, and a commitment to finding solutions that work for everyone. Addressing global overpopulation requires a multifaceted approach: family planning, expanding access to contraception and reproductive health services; education, promoting education, particularly for girls, to delay marriages and reduce birth rates; economic development, creating job opportunities and improving living standards to reduce poverty; sustainable practices, promoting sustainable resource use and environmental conservation. By implementing these strategies, countries can manage population growth more effectively, ensuring a balance between human development and environmental sustainability.